and welcome back to the Southwestern PA Business Podcast, hosted through the Southwest Regional Chamber of Commerce. We have a fantastic episode here today with Spill With Me, Jenny D. Jennifer DiLucia is here. She's going to be spilling all the things about her podcast, and I think she's even going to interview me as well. So we'll see how this episode turns out. And welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Jenny. Do you like Jennifer? Jenny?
Oh my gosh, I go by
Jenny
D. Jenny from the blog. Jenny, Jen, Jennifer.
I know. That's like when mine pops up and it's like Amanda. I'm like, who? Who?
That is your full name, right, Amanda?
It's Amanda.
I was going to name my daughter Amanda.
It was a big thing. You know, I'm an 80s child, and I was named after Amanda, Light of My Life, a Waylon Jennings song, and Amanda from The Bold and the Beautiful.
No way.
And then I went to preschool, and I said, I am not Amanda, I am Mandy, and that was that. Because I thought Amanda was too snooty sounding, and I did not want to be associated with
Isn't that funny
snooty.
how you changed your name?
Right?
I know. I was named after Jennifer O'Neill. You probably don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
No. Jennifer O'Neill was on a show with, oh my God, she was like a model actress, and my mother loved her.
Yes.
So she was like, you're Jennifer O'Neill.
Jennifer's big. I like Jennifer.
I know, right?
And Jennifer. And so tell me a little bit about you.
Oh my gosh.
Let's share your stories.
Where do I start? I am so used to sharing everybody else's story.
It's hard to be interviewed when you're used to interviewing people.
It is because it's like, you know, when I started this, because, you know, COVID just really like took me back. I'm like, what am I doing? How am I helping people? Like, is this the end? Like, I was like, I haven't done anything to show for it. I was just, you know, I was just kind of depressed and really trying to find my purpose. And when I like sat down and thought about it, people were coming to me and telling me their stories and just opening up to me, and I was opening up with them, and I just felt this sense of, you know what, I need to form this platform for men and women to share their stories.
Yes.
Because we think we're the only ones going through something, and we feel alone and isolated. And I was like, I'm done with that. I'm done with people feeling, I'm done with me feeling like that. So I'm like, let's talk about this. Why aren't we talking about these issues? Why aren't we talking about these life experiences, you know, that are affecting every one of us every day?
Every one of us. Everybody has something going on that we don't know about, and they're dealing with it, and they're alone. Sometimes they don't have, you know, the support that they need, or if they do, they're looking to share their stories to help other people who have been through similar things.
Right. And suffering in silence to me was just during COVID. I felt like that was the real realm of everything. And I thought, no more suffering in silence. You know, and the topics that I've had on, I mean, it's amazing that how many people want to share their stories. And I just give them so much credit, the bravery, you know, just the authenticness of so many people just really talking about something. Sometimes it's hard to talk about what you're going through, you know, mental health, depression, addiction, you know, different things like that. But I feel like those topics need to be talked about because there's someone else out there that may need to hear this.
Someone else.
Yes.
Nobody is alone in what they're suffering through.
No.
I mean, it's especially with a lot of the things that people suffer from. I think that more people everybody's hiding it. Everybody's kind of like embarrassed by it. So if they hear somebody talk about it, then it's like, oh, it's not so taboo anymore. It's not such like a don't talk about hush-hush topic.
Because once you start talking about something, Mandy, then you realize, oh my gosh, you're going through the same thing that I'm going through. Yeah. And then it becomes like this kind of like, not spiral, but this effect of like, wait a minute, we need to help each other. So if you're going through something and I went through it already or anything like that, then it's like, I can help you. I have some advice for you. You know, the resources, the awareness, the education that I'm trying to provide for my listeners and viewers, I mean, that's my goal. If I can help one person.
And what topics do you typically, what topics have you talked about before? And I know you've done how many episodes now?
Well, for some reason.
I know there's 100.
There's like 150 some, but then on some platforms I've got like 141.
You're our 20th. I believe you're our 20th episode. So.
Really?
Welcome.
Do I get like a prize? I get this fake plant. Thank you.
Congratulations.
No, it's been like probably 141 on my website. I'm on like a platform of like Podbean. It just shoots out my podcast, but I think I'm over 150 some. But my topics range because this year I decided to do something where I'm doing like whatever the awareness is for that month. I'm trying to do that topic. Like for instance, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Should be every month, but you know, I feel like I'm going to tackle that on. It's also Sudden Cardiac Arrest Month.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes, so I did both because I had a woman share her story about her son who was 15 years old that suffered from a heart attack. Yes.
That's so scary.
Right, but it's
terrifying.
Would you ever believe something like that would happen?
No.
No. We still, you know, she still doesn't know how or why, but you know, he is doing great. You know, he's 24 years old.
Oh, that's good to hear.
But yeah, those stories, and I also had a paramedic talking about cardiac arrest. So, you know, so I'm getting like a professional, I'm getting a story, but he has a story. You know, we talk about different things of like, you know, paramedics now. I mean, there's a shortage, and that's something we talked about on the podcast. Once you get flowing with your conversation, because I'm not a script kind of person, I'm more of like, just kind of, you're like that too, fly on the seat of your pants.
We just talked about that in the last episode. I was like, I don't plan anything. I mean, I do. I think it's all in my head, and I have lists going on my phone, and I have things. But like, no, I like to just open up to the conversation, open up to what's happening around me. And
right. It's real people with real stories.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be that rehearsed person. You know, there are a lot of podcasts out there that, you know, people, I was on one time and they're like, all right, here's your questions. Don't talk when I talk, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, that's not a Jenny D. Jenny D is just, let's just have fun. Yeah, let's be relaxed. We're friends. I have established so many relationships and friends, and I've learned so much, Mandy. I know you're probably the same way because you're in the kind of the same field as I am. You have learned so much from so many different people that I would never have met before.
So many lives. And even what I do at the Chamber, you know, people share their lives with me. They don't just share their business. Like, I know a lot about tons of people out there, and I'm so happy to hear all of their stories, what they're doing, how I can help them. And I love it. Like, I've just always really liked people in general.
Right. We're people. We're people. People. I was going to do purple.
People persons.
Purple. What is that?
Purple people eater.
It is getting close to Halloween.
People persons. Wait. No, I'm never going to remember.
I'm not going to remember it.
We like the people.
We like people.
Well, and I think, you know, during COVID, like that was difficult for me. Like I'm like split in two. Like I like my alone time. I like to be alone. I like to not talk to people. I like to isolate.
Right.
But then I get sad. So then I'm like, okay, now I need to go out and I need to talk to every single person alive as much as possible. So I go, you know, I have to be social. I have to talk to everyone, which I love.
So much alike. We really are.
Then I drain that battery, go back and go back into hibernation for a while.
You do. You know, and a lot of times the stories, because I'm an empath,
Too.
Yes, I knew that too with you. A lot of the stories sometimes I take home with me and I worry and I have, you know, nightmares and I think about them like, but I see so many people, my guests that have been on my podcast that are thriving.
Yes. I
had a woman on, I just looked on LinkedIn. She's got like 14,000 followers. She started off, nobody knew about what she was doing. And it's Cradle. She is for African like industry. She helps with that. I saw her stuff today and I thought, you know what? She was on my podcast way back when she didn't have any followers. She's going to be
interviewing you soon.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, I should be getting the
interview.
I know. Yeah, she'll be interviewing me soon. But I just love seeing that so many people have started podcasts or have started a new adventure because they're like, you know what?
I should do this.
If I can do, you know, if Jenny D can start a podcast.
Anybody can start a podcast.
Yeah, that's what I always say.
It's very simple equipment, too.
It is.
It's just, I think the hardest part of anything, especially when it comes to podcasts, is consistency. Right. And that's what most people fail. They start it, they're doing really well, they're getting their feet wet, and then all of a sudden life happens, and they're like, well, I haven't done it in 3 months or 5 months. Right. So they have to, like, pick back up. But once you get into a good, solid routine and you really have the drive for it, I think anybody can have a podcast about anything.
Right. Exactly. And, I didn't know where I was going to go with this. I say a podcast for everyone about everything because I don't want to narrow it to one subject or one kind of thing. Because I know when you put yourself out there, and you know this too, when you put your podcast out on the platforms, it's telling, like, what are you? Are you, you talking about like some of them, the ghost ones, like the scary mystery ones? I'm not a mystery one. I'm not. No.
And then the haunted.
I might. I know. I love that kind of stuff. But you don't know where to put yourself because I kind of put myself as like self-development. I kind of put education. Like this is a lot of like my stories are helping people with it. Just knowing that, you're not alone. There is awareness out there. There is resources out there. So I'm not really.
And you did a lot with breast cancer awareness this month. I mean, you really got into it with your own personal journey. And I know we both had discussed mammograms before. So mammogram awareness, having people know that if they haven't got one before, right. It's not really as terrifying.
No, it's not. And we talked about this. You texted me. So in August, I get my mammogram when I was 38. Because I have a history with both sides of my family. My mother's.
I do too.
Yeah, you do too. My mom's sister had breast cancer. My dad's sister had breast cancer. And then my cousin, who was only 40-some, she ended up getting triple negative breast cancer. This was a couple years ago. She's doing great now.
Good.
So it was like, I was getting them when I was 38, so I was used to them. But it was like a year. I went in August, just for my annual, and I documented it like, hey, I'm getting my mammogram. Sure. It's October. Make sure to get your mammogram. And then I got this call a couple days later that said, you have a mass on the right side of your breast. And I'm like, mass? All I could think about was, oh my gosh. And then I had the weekend to just consume.
They always do it on a Friday.
Yeah.
What is that?
I know.
And I have a story I'll share with you momentarily, but yeah.
And then, come Tuesday I go and I'm there and I'm like, you know what? I'm scared to death, but I'm going to go on air and I'm going to document this. So I was like, hey guys, I'm here for getting extra testing because they thought they saw a mass, don't know what's going to happen, but I'll keep you informed. I was flooded with, how are you? Oh my gosh, Jenny, I'm here for you. I had the same thing happen. I could not believe the pouring of
And I missed the one where you said that you were all clear.
Yes.
And I'm like, why hasn't she told me how she is? Why have I not seen how she is? You made me so stressed out for a month.
I know.
And then finally you're like, I'm good. And I'm like.
I documented my MRI because I ended up having to get an MRI as well.
Yes.
And I'm going to be having that on where I have a radiologist going through the scans. I mean, you can see my breast up on the screen. It's really interesting. Yeah. The things that they see, because I'm like, boy, that looks suspicious. She's like, no, that's not suspicious.
It's just a...
Yeah. So it's, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, I partnered with St. Clair Health. And, they were the same way. They're like, we need to, promote this and get people to know, like, early detection.
Yes,
early
absolutely.
Detection is
Well,
the
I
key.
had a similar experience, and so I did get my mammogram, and the things I will say about that is...
Was it your first one?
It was my first one, so I didn't know what to expect going in there. I have children, and I have breastfed, so I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
After you've had babies, you're just kind of like, whatever, my body's donated to science, it's fine. But, you go in there and it obviously there's some squeezing going on.
Yeah.
But honestly, what really bothered me the most about the experience was the box where the actual camera, or I don't know if it's a camera, but like whatever that is, the imaging is right in front of your face. And so you're like stuck in there, but then your neck's like way back here. And I was like, that's what I didn't expect when I went in. Like the actual mammogram didn't bother me. It was the thing swinging, and I'm like, I can't.
No, I don't know where you got yours.
Here.
Mine wasn't like that.
No?
No.
I have to go somewhere else.
Yes, go to St. Clair Health.
Go to St. Clair.
Because I went to Oxford Center, and it's like it feels like a spa there.
Ooh.
Very relaxed.
That's
nice. You go in the room. It just.
I felt like my neck couldn't bend. Like
no,
that.
I mean they just they got they do the smash.
The
but
smash
no,
burger.
I just sit there. Yeah, the smash burger. Oh my God.
Tell everybody every time they make a smash burger, like.
That's my breast. Yeah, it's definitely like 5 minutes. Literally.
Yeah.
They're like, stand still.
Oh, and they're so nice.
Boom, done. Stand still. Boom, done. They're getting all the images. Yeah. So how was it after?
It was fine.
What did they say?
I had my test results within a day, 24 hours, and I was all clear.
Good.
Now, then on a side note, then I've had hip pain for 2 years, and been to a chiropractor, been to a physical therapist, been to more recently, sports orthopedic doctor. I had an x-ray last year.
Yeah.
Then they were like, you know what, I'm standing on one foot. You'll see me, I'm like a flamingo standing on one foot. Like after an hour, especially if I have to stand still, it's awful for me. And it just feels, it's not like a lot of pain, but it's, it's uncomfortable and I have to go sit down and I'm not that old and I feel old.
That's
but I play
horrible,
volleyball.
because you're so active.
I'm
Yes.
super active and I'm running around doing all kinds of things. So, anyway, so I go in for an MRI and they're like, and this is my first MRI too. And they're like, okay, well you need, lay still. I'm like, good. And they didn't have to put me like all the way down the tube because it was like my hip. So like I got to have my head out. But they played like the 90s song, like, I would dance for another.
Oh, I
do,
know.
do, 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 do. And I'm like this, don't
Move.
dance.
Yes.
And I'm like, da-na-na. So it was fine. And they had like, I stared, they had clouds or something on the ceiling. I'm like,
Yeah.
do-do-do-do.
And it was like a half an hour, right?
Yeah, I was in there for a
Yes.
while. So that all went good. So then, of course, it's like on a Friday. And I'm like, great. So now I have to wait the weekend for the results.
Oh, no.
And they send me the results. And on the weekend, I am freaking out. I am like, I don't know what's going on. I have to read these results. And I read through it, and it's like, hip looks basically, this is Dr. Google and my interpretation of my results.
Oh, did you Google it?
Oh,
I
of
always-
course.
I know, I
Whole
did.
weekend of stress. I was like, I'm going to sit at home and stress myself out until I figure out what all this means. So I had to look up. I mean, it's in terminology that I've never even been through. But I'm, a type personality, and I'm going to find out before the doctor calls me on Monday. So then I see that I had a cyst on my ovary. And I'm like, oh, well, then physical therapy and then all this stuff wouldn't work, right? So anyway...
Oh, no.
Then I get into the types of, like, this is a whole weekend for me.
Yes.
But then I'm
we
like
can really
researching
get into your head
the
here.
types of cysts that are on there. And at the conclusion of Sunday, I'm like, they're benign. I was like, I've researched, and it said, they were like, it sounds benign.
Okay.
And so they call me Monday, and they're like, and these look benign. We're going to check you again in 8 weeks. So I'm coming up on 8 weeks here in like 2 weeks, and I feel pretty calm about it. And like, I still have hip pain, and I don't know whether it's interconnected.
I mean, what are they going to do about the hip pain?
I don't know. So
Like,
now
where's it
I'm doing
coming from?
weightlifting, and I'm trying to like tighten my core and tighten my back, tighten my leg, because maybe it's just that I'm,
Listen,
muscle.
I know
I don't
everybody.
know.
I always say it's from menopause.
Well,
You're
I'm
too
not there
young.
yet.
I know you're too young, but I had a pharmacist on, and we talked about menopause.
Yes.
And premenopause can happen right after you have kids.
Yeah.
It can start that early. We should have a baseline, get blood work, so that we know what's going to happen to us, like when we're
My
my
mom
age.
is a little bit younger too.
Yes.
So,
So-
I do consider
Arthritis?
all the things.
Is there arthritis?
No, they said no arthritis.
Because I
There's
have arthritis.
nothing. It could be muscle, and like I'm like, well, I've tried. I even got a massage. I've tried all the things. Like I
Yes.
feel like I'm like I've already been to a chiropractor. I've done physical therapy.
So they said they didn't see anything on your hip.
no. They said the hip was fine.
So there's something else then.
It might be this cyst,
The
but now
cyst.
that feels fine. And for those of you out there who don't know, like those come and go for women, like every month. We always have one. It's just if it hangs out and like stays there, and then sometimes they get bigger. There's all
Yes.
kinds of different ones.
Oh,
We're
it's
both
so
like,
wonderful to be a woman.
so nice. So nice. So that's felt fine.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting it to have,
Well, keep me informed when you
but
get
it was
your...
really scary.
It
and I'm
is
sure
scary.
your experience, and that's why I brought it up, is that's scary for you, like going
And
through
you know
that.
what? And I was ready for it. I was like, you know what? If this does come back that I have breast cancer, then I am going to document my journey, because I feel like if I could help that one person, but I can't come to find out that Kelly Commender, I don't know if you know her.
Yes.
She's helping me with marketing, and we just found out that like 5 women in like the 2 weeks that I did my breast cancer awareness and have signed up to get a mammogram because they saw my post.
That's wonderful.
And I was like,
well, I hope we're continuing to say, go in for your mammogram. It's not that bad. You better do it.
do it.
5 minutes.
It really, it is. It is.
Grab a
only 5
Starbucks.
minutes.
Treat yourself.
Right, and it's
Nothing like a mammogram, Starbucks.
Yes, I mean, we're all, human, and we all get scared about getting tests or getting this, and
Yeah.
like, why does this hurt? I wake up every day and I'm like, I got a new pain somewhere.
Right?
But you have to like embrace it, and it is hard to Google things or to look online, and sometimes I read some stories and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going through what
yeah.
I'm going through. Like,
What if you go on WebMD?
yes,
Symptom checker.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. Don't do that.
do it.
Don't go on WebMD. You're,
dun 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 dun.
dun, 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 dun. They're like, I have the sniffles. They're like, well, your nose is going to fall off by the
Yes.
weekend. So
I know, yeah, please. When somebody said,
Yeah.
do you have COVID? I'm like, please, I hate that word. I don't want to hear it.
yeah, yeah. So you kept yourself together pretty well. You didn't have a whole weekend of research like I did.
No, you know what I did? I'm
proud of you.
Wait, I'm saying that now because I'm on air. No, I was Googling things too because I'm like, a mass, I have a mass.
Yeah.
Like, the word mass scares you, But I just, by Monday, Tuesday, like my husband was nervous. My mom, she's a nurse, she was nervous. So then my mom's like, I'm going with you. I'm like, why is she going with me?
Why do you need to go with me?
Right. Now she's making me more nervous because she's going with me. But it's early detection, and I'm going back in 6 months.
But
which
we're
will
Italian. Our moms just come.
Yes. Yeah, February. My mom's not Italian, though.
Oh, she's not?
No, she's blonde, blue eyes. She's like...
Good for her.
She's French.
She's French.
She's French and Irish, a little bit of English.
So you're French and Irish Italian.
Yeah, my dad's full-blood Italian.
I'm German, Irish, Italian.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
got the other side.
Right. We're like this. We got like a little bit of a mix.
We're a little
but-
mutt.
Yeah, it was, it makes you nervous, but I stress to people, just go, get the mammogram, get the screening, early.
Whatever it is.
And
And be your own advocate.
Yes.
That's important because it wasn't my sports orthopedic who did the MRI that took me to my OBGYN to get the ultrasound on it.
Right.
That was me. I called the hospital and was like, hi, I noticed this on my MRI. I need to get this for my OBGYN. And I ordered it, brought it over, and they're like, we want to get, like, the minute I walked in, they were like, let's do an ultrasound. Because I don't think they were concerned with my hip. They were not as, they weren't looking into that. So I was like, I'm going to do my due diligence. And I already had an appointment scheduled for just my yearly. So I'm like, we're just going to take this along.
Yes.
See what they think
You
of
do
it.
have to be your own
But you
advocate.
have to be an advocate because otherwise you don't know.
You know your body.
Yes.
And if you're not, a lot of times they'll be like, schedule your mammogram. I make sure as soon as I get that letter that I schedule it right away.
Yes.
Because things go by the wayside. They're like, when was the last time I've got a physical? And now that you're 50, well, I'm 50.
You don't look 50.
You're just a baby. But
You're
when
a
you're
baby.
over 50, you really are like, okay, I need to start taking care of my health better.
Yeah. Well, and I lost somebody to melanoma.
So sorry.
And he was, I think, 55, and he just didn't get it checked, a spot on his leg. And so now I'm extremely diligent about my yearly dermatology appointment, getting everything screened. So far, so good.
Yes, you did.
But, I was a sun baby. I mean,
oh, yeah.
we wore banana boat oil for, years.
We had,
We're like...
baby oil.
right? I just lived by a pool and a beach for most of my 20s.
We never had sunblock on.
Yeah.
Now
I'm like,
I know. The sun's out.
Don't.
Like a vampire.
Don't come near me.
Yeah, and I do. I love the vitamin D, the sun. I just love the feeling of it. But they do say when you notice a new kind of black whatever, not freckle. What is it? Like a mole. Or if you notice a new mole that comes
if it
about,
changes shape or color.
yes, then you should call
Yeah.
because it could be the littlest thing, and you're thinking it's nothing.
And why not? I mean, they just freeze it.
Right. Come on. Life's too short. You have to know that, whatever you do in life and whatever you see, and anytime I talk to somebody else and I'm like, hey, listen, you need to, they're like, oh, I'm in pain here, I'm in pain. You need to get checked.
Yes.
The woman that I have on this week that's doing a gratitude run, she did it for her husband passed away from lymphoma. He had stomach pain. Stomach pain could be anything. Oh, something I ate.
Yeah.
But it was ongoing stomach pain, and when he did get checked, it was lymphoma. And that's the thing. We don't think it's going to be that, but you just don't know.
You don't know.
You don't. Yeah.
So aside from health, which is good, we're saying get screened.
We're good. Get screened.
What are some other episodes? What's your favorite episode you've ever
Oh my
taped?
gosh,
Do you
somebody
have
else
one?
asked me that.
That's a hard question, I know.
Well, I have to say, with my daughter, we did an episode. This is so funny. We did an episode about dating.
Ooh.
And it was dating through
And
the
how
ages.
old's your daughter?
She's 20. She just turned 24.
Oh, so she's right in there.
She's in there. So
Yeah.
she's, the way that they're dating compared to the way I dated, and the phone, somebody would call you on the phone.
Oh yeah, hours.
And meet you at, the
You'd
mall.
have that cord wrapped into your bedroom.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not on the phone anymore.
I know. And she was like, oh my gosh, your parents answered the phone? Like, she was like, mortified. Oh my God, your parents?
I gotta call out my stepdad right now.
Oh wait, I have a story too with my stepdad.
He was the worst. And
So was mine.
if a boy called my house in high school, he would be like, hi, hey, is Mandy there? Teenage boys. Hey, is Mandy there? He's like, I'm sorry, who is this? And he's like, when you call this house, you have to say, hello, my name is, and then say hello to me, and then you can ask for her.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh God, it's like, I'm never going to get a date, ever. Yeah, he was pretty tough.
Mine would
tough.
say, oh, she's playing with her Barbies right now. I'll go get her.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
like,
that's
dude,
hysterical.
Dude. And then they would show up and he'd be like, you have to answer a Jeopardy question before you take her out. And I did have one guy. He's a big doctor here in Pittsburgh.
That's hysterical.
And he did answer them all. And I was like, I should marry him. He's so smart. But no, he used to do the same thing. But that episode, it was just so much fun with my daughter. We just had a blast. And I really got to know, we even got to know each other through talking about dating. It was just interesting. And what she talks about is she's like, a guy knows where you live. And I'm like, girl, you're all over the, Instagram, this and that. They can find out where you live too.
Easily.
Because she's like, well, they don't come to your house. We meet them in a central place.
Well, that's good.
I know. So it's.
we had to go on group movie dates and stuff.
Yeah, dating's so different now. It really is. I don't know, going
They just
on.
text each other.
Yeah, they don't even talk on the phone.
You're like, I'll Instagram you later. Oh no.
Did we talk about this the one time? If a guy was calling me and I knew he was calling, I'd have questions or things written down so that I was prepared.
I don't think I did that. That's very prepared for you.
I was prepared. I didn't want to lose the conversation.
You're like, and what is your favorite color?
I'm telling you, I didn't want to lose the conversation. I didn't want any crickets.
No. And now you can't get me to answer my phone. Don't call my phone.
I know.
Who
I was
is
going to
this?
call you because I was like, I'm running 4 minutes behind.
No, I'm like, just text me.
Yeah.
I go, if you leave a voicemail, you might as well wait a month for me to listen to that. Unless I'm expecting a call.
Emails
Never
are
call my
bad
phone.
for me. I'm bad about emails.
I'm great with email.
See, I think it's because when
I
you're
send
working
out 100 a day.
with the Southwest Chamber.
It's my piano.
Yes.
Da, da, da.
Oh, I'm terrible. I'm
pretty
terrible.
good.
Because I'm running around with my phone most of the time. So I'm not on my computer as
Yeah.
much unless I'm filming. So I'm I go back and I'm like, oh, I missed this email. Oh, I missed it. And then I'm on I have 5 different Facebook accounts. I don't know why I opened up 5.
I have so many accounts open. All
I
over
can't
the
keep
place.
up. People are like, I got another friend request. I'm like, I don't know where it's coming
Is that
from.
me? And then you don't have the logins anymore. So you're like, well, that'll live there.
I
That's going to be there a while.
I have one, it's 300 and some people, and I'm like, I have no idea what this one is.
That's funny.
So I want to talk about you.
Oh, me. Uh-oh.
And I just love how you're dabbling in so many different things. In this Southwest Chamber, you're really running with that, Mandy, and I just love what you're doing.
It's taken on a life of its own this year.
Yeah.
The whole thing has kind of turned over and grown. We went from COVID where you're like, please don't leave us as members. We aren't having events. That was tough.
Yes.
We're a 501c6. Thank you to the dealers.
Yes.
They're also 501c6, so we could not receive loans. We kind of had to just buckle down and go skeleton crew, and it was a tough season. But our members, thank you so much. You got us through. And just their support helped make us through there. And then we've rebranded, renamed, changed the color slightly. And it's really just grown. I think I'm finding some new opportunities for everybody. I'm working on some different projects to help update it. We're friendly if I get to it.
You're doing
We'll have a
great.
new website. Our app will be launched hopefully in 2025. And Yeah, I mean, it's just been a really good year for us. It's just,
I mean, it's been great. Like the networking events that you do have, like Top Golf, they're so relaxed and so much fun. And getting to know people on that kind of a level instead of being like, somewhere where you're like, hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
Like I'm just, I like the idea.
I'm a little more laid
getting
back.
to know each other, yes.
Yes.
And then
I mean,
we'll talk about business.
I know the topics. I know a lot. And through 7 years, I've learned so many different industries. So it's been great because that helps me guide more networkers to do more things because I kind of know the industries better. And I know when to get serious and I know that. But then when it comes to like coffee hours, pop-up lunches, like those networking experiences, yes, we're there to do business, but like enjoy your day. You should enjoy what you do at your work. You should come here and enjoy yourself, get some business, eat some great food, and get back to your job.
I love that. Because a lot of people do work from home. Like I work from home, I do my podcast at the library, but sometimes it's nice to get out there and talk to other people and find out like, whoa, you got a story? Or hey, you want to be a sponsor?
Yeah, anytime you need a person with a story, I'll find you people.
I know. I mean, I love it. It's just, like you said, everybody's got one. But I just love what you're doing. And I'm so excited for this Excellence Award.
And Jenny D will be at the Excellence Awards. And this year we're doing a VIP hour. I'm going to shout out the sponsor, Edward Jones. Thank you very much, Matt Lichtenstein. We have some food donated by Collective Brands. We'll have Armin's Barrels with their distillery specialty cocktails. And Jenny D will be there. And she has a special job.
I have a special job.
So she will be, for all the VIPers coming this year, I'm doing kind of like, I don't want to say it's a roast, but it is like a miniature roast. This idea came from Rocco Koza Law Group during COVID. During his first years, I was doing some moonlighting there, as I used to have a marketing company. I'm still kind of. So I was doing some moonlighting there in the daytime. But I went to the salon a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I got a really bad haircut. Oh. Like they chopped it like I was a Yorkie, like that straight lob on the ears. And I was like, I got out of there. I'm like, no.
You're like, no, I hate this.
And I brought in the cutest haircut. And like I walked out.
Did you show them a picture and it was like, this is not the picture?
Yeah. I think I could have done a better job at like creating this haircut. It was really, really bad. And so Rocco at the time had given out to all his employees like tiny little trophies.
Oh, how cute.
And I got the Deb Award for my haircut because he's like, you look like a Deb. And I was like, I feel like a Deb with this haircut. So anyway, I still have that at home. I still have my Deb Award and I'm very proud of it. Yeah. So this has now led to the Mandy Awards, which is a version of Rocco's idea to hand out these awards, but I'm going to give it to everybody who's at VIP. Well, you're going to give it to everybody who's a VIP.
I'm Vanna White.
She's our Vanna White. She is going to play it up. She's going to hand it out to everybody. So it should be a really fun hour for you to get around. And
it's going to be fun.
You're hilarious.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And your background, you were in radio before, so I know you can handle the spotlight like no problem.
Like I said before, I just mispronounced names. So, I'm telling you now, if I
that
mispronounce your last name.
Yeah, that's.
I know. Sometimes I'll say like the weirdest word, and my husband's like, that doesn't even make sense. I'm like, it makes sense in my own mind.
Yeah.
I come up with my own like lingo and.
Don't give me like a Hispanic person's last name. I will totally botch it.
Okay.
You can repeat it to me 10 times before, and I'll get on and be like, Fernando. That's all I have.
Or you'll tell me, like it'll be like, say it's, Prior, and then I'll say like.
Priory.
Yeah, I'll add like a to it or prior, like
prion.
Yes, I'll add like a different like syllable to it. Yeah. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. You've got so much going on.
And we have a new theme. So we're going old Hollywood style.
Oh.
I know. We just added that in.
Oh, wait
I've been listening to Michael Bublé like on repeat.
Do I need to get my hair done?
You don't have to.
So old Hollywood.
Old Hollywood, like not roaring 20s, 1950s. So think Marilyn Monroe and Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
And, kind of that old school feel.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
I'm excited.
Events by Lindsay's doing our decor, so there'll be a touch of that there. I believe there's going to be a red carpet. Ooh. And then this year I'm bringing up David Eli, Bridge Insurance. You know him.
Yes, love him.
He's going to be my co-host on stage. We're hoping to speed it up this year, so it runs a little lengthy. So we're hoping to like knock out pictures a little faster and have a little more banter on stage. And
Yes.
I have lots of tricks up my sleeve for this
I
year.
know you do, girl. I know.
I just hope it all goes according
You
to plan.
always make it fun,
I'll
and
make
that's
it
what
work.
I enjoy. You
Yeah.
know, I enjoy your Christmas parties. You know, last year was the first year I think I signed up to be a member of the Southwest Chamber.
Yes.
And, you know, and I'm a part of the
Happy
Peters
anniversary.
Chamber too, and I love it. I love being a part of that because there's so many different people that I meet, and I just love the events, and I see them all on LinkedIn when you're having your pop-ups, and I try to make them, you know, try to make as many as I can, but yeah, I mean, it's, to me, I feel like I've got like a purpose. I've got somewhere to go, people to see, you know, it just...
Get you out of the house,
Right.
get you to meet new people, new stories,
Yes.
new backgrounds.
Right.
All right, you ready for? I'm gonna do some speed round questions for
Oh
you.
no, she's done this before. I hate
haven't.
this.
It's my first time. I don't
Oh
even know
really?
what I'm gonna ask you. Yeah.
Then maybe somebody else did. I don't remember. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Let me get prepared. Okay.
All right, I'll ask you an easy one first. What's your favorite color?
Pink.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Try whatever it's called.
Triceratops. How do you like your hamburger?
Medium.
Just medium. Just beef. Beef.
Wow. I like it with lettuce, tomato, mayo, and ketchup and pickle.
What's your birthstone?
It's amethyst.
Ooh,
It's purple.
it's peace. It's peace.
Oh.
For all you crystal lovers out there, peace.
Alrighty.
How much would you sell your house for if money were no object? I mean, how much would you buy a house for if money were no object?
Oh, geez. I don't know. Because, you know, I know I should be answering this one question, but a house is, to me, is just a place you live. Like, it doesn't have to be this huge
I agree.
mansion of a home. Like, I would love to just have, like, this little ranch of a home that we all, you know, are in one room together watching TV.
Pretty little cottage
Yes, I went there.
with a sauna.
Right, sorry, I went off the...
We're like, "Oh, that's good. Trains, planes, or automobiles?
Planes.
Um,
Because then I can get to my destination faster.
what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
You know, for some reason came to my head, before you even said it too, is Bugs Bunny. I don't know why.
It was good.
I liked Bugs
I
Bunny.
miss Merry Melodies in the
Yes, the
whole crew.
Looney Tunes and everything.
It's great.
No, wait, what is that? The Suffer... You don't remember those Looney Tunes, do you?
Yeah, I
Really?
watched them all 100 times. Yeah, at least.
Wait, Tom and Jerry wasn't a part of that. What was that one where the Road Runner? Was it
Wile E. Coyote,
Yes, and all
The
those.
Roadrunner.
Elmer Fudd.
Pepe Le Pew.
I'm going to ask you some questions
Okay,
now.
speed round.
Okay. Favorite food?
Sandwiches.
Favorite color?
Flamingo pink.
Favorite destination?
Key West.
Oh, okay.
I might change it. I just haven't been anywhere in a while.
Favorite famous person?
Right now, Jennifer Lawrence.
Ooh.
I think she's hilarious.
She's funny, yeah.
She's really funny.
Favorite movie?
I don't know.
I know, it's hard.
That's
I have like a
hard.
top 5.
I used to say Braveheart.
Oh, really?
I love Braveheart.
That makes me cry, though.
It makes me sob uncontrollably.
Pretty Woman and Grease and How to
I
Lose
love
a
all
Guy
those.
in
Watched Grease last
10
weekend.
days is one of my, like,
How
I'm a
to-
rom-com girl.
I'm a rom-com girl and a half.
Yes,
They
I
don't
know.
make them like they used to.
No,
I
they
said
don't.
that used to be my life in my 20s. On Friday nights, I would go to Blockbuster. I would go rent a rom-com. I'd sit at my apartment and I'd watch rom-coms. So I was a very happy person.
I have to tell you a secret.
You were on one.
No. I like to watch Hallmark movies.
Oh. I can't do
I
it.
know. Sometimes I'm
It's
like,
too sweet.
it's the same stories, but sometimes I need that Hallmark movie just to make me like happy.
Love Actually. That's up there.
Yes.
Every Christmas I have to watch Love Actually.
Oh, every Christmas I have to watch Christmas Vacation. That's my all-time favorite Christmas show.
That's hysterical.
4 Christmases.
Four Christmases
I love the
hysterical.
holidays, like the Christmas spirit, and that's why I'm like when I see stuff on, and that's why I watch a Hallmark because it's Christmas all year.
I can't with the
I know.
Hallmark.
I can't help it. I was a secret I told you. I hope nobody else hears it.
I'm telling everyone. I'm going to buy you the whole collection.
I'm like laying in bed, like, wonder if anybody knows I like the Hallmark Channel.
What movie is it's like a Hallmark movie? Oh, no, show. Every fall I have to watch Gilmore Girls and bake.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
My daughter liked
It's so
the
sugary
Gilmore
sweet. They're like, and Rory.
Yes,
like,
Rory.
Where are you going? And like, you want to live in that town, like
Yes.
in New England, wherever they live, and like bake pies and drink hot
do,
coffee in a
yes,
cafe.
I
and,
do.
like,
I want to know everybody in my town. Where I do know probably everybody in my Peters Township, but
Yeah.
I love to like just know everybody. Like, hey, hi, how are you?
They got to play the song behind me though. When you're out on the road.
we are going to go into song here. You were so like you were just like a breath of fresh air. I'm so glad I met you.
I'm so glad I met you.
You know, I mean, I really feel like if I would have never done my podcast, you would have never been a part of this Southwest. We would have never crossed paths, and I just feel like that people were meant to be in your life. You know,
I do
and
too.
my heart
We're
is
kindred spirits.
Yes,
Except for when it comes to Hallmark movies.
I know she's making fun of me, but my heart is wide open for so many people to come on in and just, I want to give you my love. That doesn't sound good.
I want to give you my love. Wow, Jenny
This has
D.
turned into a
This just
different
got
show.
serious.
This is a different show
Are you going to
now.
invite me over? We're going to watch Hallmark
This is
movies
like The
together?
Bachelorette.
Yeah. And so, Jenny D, who was your crush? Who was your teenage love crush?
Oh my gosh. I mean, back then we loved, you know, like Scott Baio and like Michael Keaton. Like it was all like those guys that were on. But I think right now my crush is still Mark Wahlberg. That's my boyfriend. He
I
doesn't
love the
know
Wahlbergs.
it. He's my boyfriend.
I told my mom I was like, it's gonna be a rough life, because I was like a huge New Kids on the Block. And I
Oh
was
yeah.
like,
See, you're in a different generation.
I know we're like a generation separated, but
because Bon Jovi was like my
yeah,
you know,
we were
80s. Yeah.
No, we had Andrew Keegan, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, JTT,
Yeah.
all of those heartthrobs.
Right.
Oh, Christian Slater.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brad Pitt was like ours too. You know, please
This
in
is for all the
Grease.
male
John
viewers
Travolta
out there.
in Grease. Come on.
He was adorable.
And then Jake in 16 Candles.
Oh
And then
yeah, Jake.
He was.
Oh, Jake.
You know, I have a son named Jake.
Do you? That's why.
He goes, Mom, that's really weird. that you
It's not for all of us. We're all like, we understand Jake. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
great.
he's a Jake.
But Donnie Wahlberg, and he was the New Kids, the guy from New Kids that I loved.
Yes.
At 7, I was like, he was the bad one.
Yes.
He like lit something on fire. Something
liked
happened.
those
Remember?
bad boys, yeah, 'cause
I was
Mark
like, I didn't
Wahlberg,
like
yeah.
the sparkly, clean cut guys. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, hi, Donnie Wahlberg.
Hi,
Mark
bad boy,
Wahlberg.
bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Now I'm starting, bad boys. What's he gonna do?
Yeah. Right. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
I hate that you're so much younger than me. You're just a baby.
I'm not that far off. We had some crossover.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
sure.
Life is, you know, about like, you know, we all had those shows that we watched, and they follow you in
Yeah.
your adulthood. Like, this was so funny. The one when you were talking about Barney, we were talking about Barney off the air with Mitch, and we were like a cartoon came on a Saturday morning. Saturday mornings were like cartoon mornings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you do remember that. And I was like, man, how come the kids don't watch cartoons like they used to? So I had on like, I don't know if it was SpongeBob or the Smurfs. Please, the Smurfs are beyond your time.
Oh, I watched the Smurfs.
And I was like, I'm just going to put it on for background noise, just like they remember my childhood. It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, I love cartoons. And you're
Yeah.
right. Kids don't watch them. They're on their tablets. Drives me nuts. I've been like trying to pry them out of my kids' hands for 2 days. I'm like, you're driving me nuts with these tablets.
I know.
And they're just on there and they watch their own shows separately.
It's a
And
different
then you put stuff on and they kind of watch it. Then they just want to watch their tablets. And
Right.
I mean, it's incredible because you could just watch anything you want, anytime,
Yes.
anywhere, exactly what you want. Where we sat there and we were like, this isn't such a good episode.
Yes,
or
like-
this isn't like, oh, a commercial
Charlie
break.
Brown, the
I'm going to
Great
go get more
Pumpkin.
cereal.
Right. Remember
Like, you
the
don't
Great
ha-
Pumpkin from Charlie
Yeah.
Brown? We watched it, and my kids were like, this is when they were little. They're like, Mom, this is stupid. I'm like,
Oh, my kids broke my heart with claymation for Christmas. With Rudolph and like
I
the year without a
know.
Santa Claus. They're like,
I
Mom,
love
this is
Rudolph."
so stupid. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
like, my heart is shattered.
The abominable snowman.
I know.
And then they become friends. I mean, the moral of the story of Rudolph is really about bullying
Yeah.
and then coming together and, you know, being friends and just
I'm still going
realizing.
to watch it.
Yeah, I love watching it.
I
Anytime it
boycott
comes
them.
on.
My children. I'm boycotting them this
Frosty.
winter.
But just make them sit down. I was like,
Yeah.
sit down and watch it right now.
I'm going to hide their tablets. I said I'm going to change the Wi-Fi. That's what I said. I go, if you guys aren't off those tablets, I'm changing the Wi-Fi password.
That's what I would do. It's true. I make my kids watch Rudolph even when they're adults now.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's adorable.
It
It's
is cute.
tradition. I'm very traditional.
Traditional. I am too. And I like that. I want to be like that. And I want my kids to, like, they know, like, okay, mom's going to, it's got to be this. We're going to do this. I like to decorate for every holiday. Are you like
Yeah,
that too?
I am.
Yeah. Are you a big Halloween person?
Last year was much bigger. This year, I just did a whole Halloween night with the kids. So I made up games. We did like bobbing for apples. We did, I had them use a straw and get like a spider across the table, and like did all these like little.
Yeah.
But it lasts 30 minutes. It always like looks like it took you all night, and you're like, then they're back, and you're like, okay.
How fun though, carving out pumpkins and
I
things
know.
like that.
Well, I don't like carving pumpkins for some reason.
I don't like the inside.
I like painting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint the pumpkin.
I just like eating the seeds.
It's too much work to cut the pumpkin and get the seeds out. Then you want to, like, I'll cook the seeds, but then you have to get the strings, and there's like a whole string mess. And
I
like,
know, right?
you're like, or it can last forever on my porch.
Yeah, they do last a long time.
They last a long time.
We should do like an experiment and see how long a pumpkin does last.
I will tell you, if you discard your pumpkin and it's been on the porch too long, or if it's 80 like it is right now,
Yes. Stinky.
it is the worst scent imaginable.
Yeah.
It is god awful.
I
So I
can-
did that one year, and I had to like scrub my whole porch down. It was ugh.
Yeah.
So now
Okay,
I'm
never
very-
mind. No experiment now.
Oh, I have pumpkins in my trunk. I gotta get this out.
It's funny how you start
It's too
talking
hot.
and then you realize, oh, wait a minute. I have pumpkins in my trunk.
That's not good. All right, I'm getting pumpkins out of my trunk tonight.
And you're going to watch a Hallmark movie?
I will watch one for you. I'll call you, and we'll talk about
I'll
it
let
on
you
our
know which
phone.
one, with Lacey and the girl from, not Who's the Boss. I'm dating myself. Oh, gosh, the dad was a single dad and had the twins were in it.
Oh,
geez.
not Candace's brother.
Yes, Candace. Candace.
She's in all of them.
She's in all of them. I want to have her life. I want to be on all those shows
Someday.
someday.
I'll make her call.
That's on my bucket list. I want to just make it like a cameo. I could even be in the coffee shop that she's in for a Hallmark show.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. Going to the Oscars, that's on. Do you have a bucket list?
I had a bucket list, and I did a lot of it. So now I'm adding to my bucket list.
Oh my gosh, I never rode a horse.
I just rode a horse. That was on my bucket list.
I'm
It's
scared.
the third time I rode a horse, but I did it the first time.
I never went water skiing.
I have water skied.
Okay.
I met some guys at Sandcastle when I was like 25. My friend and I like jumped on their boat and went water skiing.
I did that at the point. I jumped on some
See?
guy's boat. Would you do that now?
Yeah, probably.
I thought you were going to say no.
Just because I want to water ski. You like, you have a boat? I'll be on it.
Wait,
Water
let me
ski, jet
Google you.
ski,
Let
I
me
love jet
Google you
skiing.
first.
Yeah. Now we can Google. We can background. He looks clear.
Okay, you look like, yeah,
We cleared him.
you look decent.
Let's get on his boat.
We're bad. Because we like those bad boys.
I know. What else is on your bucket list?
I feel like that I want to go on a vacation just with my kids, the five of us.
Yeah.
Somewhere like Greece. Greece is on my
I want to
bucket
go to
list.
Italy.
I want to go to Italy too. I went there once. My brother was in the Navy, and my dad took me. That was the first time I was on an airplane. I was like 19 years old, and I didn't get to see the sights that much. I only got to see, like, he was stationed in Naples, so we went to Rome. We went to Calabria. That's where my family's from. I felt like an Amazon there.
My family's from San Danielle, and like I want to go see the church where my grandparents got married and see their
Yes.
home. Like,
It's beautiful there, and the people were so nice. And they shut down from like 2 to 5. I'm like, why don't we do that as Americans?
I need a nap then.
Yes.
My whole family still naps then.
Right.
The Italian side of my family, we're like this. Okay, it's 2
Okay,
o'clock. I need
yes,
a nap.
yeah. Good night.
Then I'll stay up. I like being up at night too.
Then they get all the super salt and the cheese and the bread out. That's like their dinner.
fan.
A lot of them are not obese over in Italy because they eat their big meal in the afternoon.
It's smart.
Yes. I like to
It's
eat my
smart.
meal at night.
My other bucket list, I want to do the trapeze.
Oh, really?
Because whenever we were growing up, they always had Club Med
Yes.
advertisements on Nickelodeon, and they always did the trapeze. And I
that's
never got
so
to go.
cool.
So I still want to do the trapeze.
That's cool, babe. I like
That'd be
that.
fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
I also want to sing. I didn't tell you I wanted to be a singer.
Sing right now.
No.
Yes.
My voice is like Marge Simpson
Good.
from The Simpsons.
You're going to sing at the Excellence Awards with me. I'm going to pick a song.
Right.
We're going to do it.
First I was afraid, I was petrified.
See? You can do it.
Okay, that's it. That was your
was
tease. We could do karaoke one night.
All right.
All right, that's a
All
deal.
right, we'll do some karaoke.
Yes. We will videotape it for you
Even
guys.
if I'm off key,
Yes.
put me out there.
We're going to do like something like, you're the one that I want. You the one I want.
I want to see this. I want to make you do something outside the box, too.
Oh, gosh.
So you can just really...
My daughter's the singer.
Yeah.
I'm her background singer.
I was always the karaoke singer that they made sing karaoke because they were like, well, you'll sing. And I'm like, I'll sing. It's fine. That's how I got confidence.
Just keep a tune, right? We
Yeah.
just keep a tune.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank God the words are on the screen.
I know. Well, and apparently I don't know them all. I tried to do a duet with Nick Shishelsky. He's on my board. And we tried to do a Frozen song.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, and I knew it.
Nice.
I was like, I know this song. And I got up there and it was so fast. And I was like, I don't know this song.
You
I
did
was like,
great. I forgot, people. There's a little hidden secret here. Mandy is a great singer. I forget what song that was. We were like blown away.
I can sing.
I have it on video, I think.
I didn't sing for publicly.
I'm going to hold that for
No, I
once.
don't care. So I just keep saying, I don't care anymore. You hit a certain point, you're like, whatever.
I know. I love
Just
it.
be yourself.
I love that, getting to know each other and seeing so many similarities that we have. Like, we both love to sing. We love people. It's just,
We're going to get you some of those bucket lists. I'll take you horseback riding. You let me know.
I'm scared.
It's not scary.
I'll go on a donkey first.
Go on a horse. They go very slow. I just went at Rolling Hills Ranch in South Fayette. My horse did trip down like this stone embankment. It scared me a little bit. But the third time I went, I was so laid back. Like, I was like filming it. I'm like, I don't care. He's my horse.
But
Snags.
you're braver than I am.
Snaggle.
Like, I won't go sky. My husband went skydiving. I won't do that.
I thought about it. But I'm afraid of heights. So
am I.
But I still kind of want to do it.
I want to go in a Ferris wheel. Like
I won't go on a Ferris wheel.
Kennywood now,
Nope.
I'm like,
Nope.
I'll go on the train. And
I'll go on a roller coaster.
I'll go
I
on
have to
some.
have the buckle.
Me too.
Like, I have to be harnessed in.
Yeah. The
Ferris wheel,
scaredness
no.
of being scared now, like as you get older, because you're like, I'm going to hurt something. I'm going to hurt my neck, or
Yeah.
you worry about that now.
I get scared more than I used to about stuff.
I do too. Yeah. I think it's just the society and you see all these like horror stories. Like, it's going to happen to me. I'm going to get stuck.
Well, I think you're the same for a long time, and then all of a sudden you're like, what's that?
Right.
What's that creak?
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I was doing Beachbody after I had my first son, and my knees, I was like, they crackle like plastic bags.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, they don't hurt or anything yet,
Yeah.
but I'm afraid. Because I'm
I
like,
know.
they're like,
I know,
and I'm
right?
like, oh
The
no,
bones are
what's
like-
happening? And I was like young. I was younger.
Well, I told you I played volleyball from 6th grade to 12th
I
grade.
know. We
should
got to get
play.
you back into that.
I just watched my cousin's daughter play, and I was like, man, volleyball was so much fun.
It still
It's so
is.
different though, Mandy. When high school volleyball was so different now than it was then. Like, you don't change positions. Like, there's one girl that had a white shirt on that she's always in. One girl just comes up, she just blocks. I'm like,
My
no,
school didn't have volleyball.
Oh, okay. We rotated. Everybody
We
got
rotate
a chance to
now.
serve. Everybody got a chance to set.
And it's different, like the one I'm playing in now with Upper St. Clair.
Yeah.
It's mixed, like, skill level. Most
Okay.
are intermediate, I would say, which you'd be intermediate.
Yeah.
Like, give you a couple of days, you'd get
I'm
right
not
back into
diving
it.
on the ground. Not with
No,
my
but there's
knees.
some people who aren't as good, and then there's some people who are like really, like we have some pretty tall guys who, I mean, they'll whale it. You can't be scared.
Remember that movie with the
I have definitely
Fockers?
taken Lamar.
Yeah, the Fockers right in the
I'm like
nose.
Lamar. He plays in another league of mine. He is a
Is he real good?
6'5".
Do I know him? Does he walk a lot on the trail?
I have no idea.
He's in great shape. Okay, good.
Anyway, he's 6'5". He's a big guy. And he doesn't know his own strength. He like tries to hold back. He's so strong. And he got me one day right in the nose. And I was like, oh, it hurts so bad. I was
my
like,
God.
no, my nose. I was like,
He didn't
not
break
my,
it.
oh, my nose.
Yeah.
Isn't that from Marsha Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, it's still good. I couldn't see. I mean, I was like, that was like the hardest
Yeah.
hit I think I've taken.
I
took
be
one to the
afraid.
neck,
Yeah.
a couple to the nose.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna wear like a helmet.
You'll be fine.
I'm gonna wear a helmet.
No. I'm going to get you to go. We'll have fun.
I'll just sub in. Put me in the back.
I'm just going to
Mine.
I'm just going to register you. And I'll be like, by the way, you're playing next Monday. So be there. So anyway. All right.
fine.
Well, I'm looking forward to having you at the Excellence Awards. I think this is definitely our longest show we've ever done, which is super
Oh my
exciting.
gosh, I'm sorry. I know. I just keep rambling.
She apologizes for us
I'm
having good
sorry.
conversation.
Yeah, poor Mitch. He's like, I'd like to go to breakfast.
Yeah. But we'll have you at the Excellence Awards and so much more. Please listen to Jenny D's podcast. Tell them how to find it, where to look for it.
Yes, I mean, I'm on all the platforms. I'm on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of them. Go on my website, spillwithme.com. If you don't have all those platforms, you can listen to it on there or get on my YouTube video. Spill with me, Jenny D.
Spill with her, Jenny D.
Spill with me, baby.
Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Southwestern PA Business Podcast here with Spill With Me, Jenny D, Jennifer DiLucia, and hopefully you come to our Excellence Award November 7th at the Chartiers Room. And we also have our giant holiday event coming up at the Club at Nevillewood on December 10th. Thanks for listening. Mandy Pryor, Southwest Regional Chamber.